Many people consider discipline as respecting people, consider discipline as being honest, consider discipline as being kind. Many people consider it in different ways of life, but discipline is being consistent. Discipline is being consistent. That is, even if you're in a triggering conditions, even if you're under certain circumstances, even if you're under anything like pressurized or whatever that is bothering you, or like that is hindering you to do certain things, and you keep being consistent under your under your daily routines, or under your plans, or under your goal structures, that is what is termed as discipline. Discipline, it is not like something to be bargained of. You cannot bargain discipline, but instead you can do what? You can create boundaries. And creating boundaries, it doesn't mean that you're indisciplined or you're disrespecting others. No, that is also being what? Disciplined. That is, you have limits in your life, or you have things that drive you in your life. That is being disciplined. But if you're running things under motivations, you're learning things under like wanting to make others happy, those things are just temporary. And temporary things, they are not under what? Discipline. Or they are not run under what? Discipline. So anything that is temporary, even if you keep on doing it, it's not discipline. But if you feel like having any kind of a question, feel free to comment. I'll be ready to reply to you. Thank you. So as we go deep in discipline, the things we do in our daily life, that is, there's things that are not negotiable of. That is, let me say that I planned my day that every early in the morning, I have to record a video for motivation. Every early in the morning, I have to record a video for motivation. That is, I have to be consistent about it. That is, I should not negotiate if I should do it or not. I have already planned it as my daily routine. And that's a discipline. That is planning everything and you do it exactly how you've planned to do it. That is discipline. Discipline, remember I told you that discipline means consistency. That is, even if you're injured, even if you're troubled, even if you're facing losses, but that discipline of being consistent, it is what matters. However much you're facing certain challenges, however much you're searching any kind of stressor, but you remain consistent, that's discipline. That's discipline. And another form you can use discipline is constantly choosing to respond when triggered. You choose to respond with calmness. You choose not to overreact. You choose to stay calm even in the things that people expected you to come in and do things that are can change everything, but you stay calm. That's discipline. But this one is it's kind not applicable to some of us, because many of us reply or react or will respond to our stimuli. We take actions immediately. And in a better way, we should not be doing what? We should not be doing replying to things emotionally, or replying to things with the same force it is applied to us. So in discipline, we are like emphasized not to do what? To overreact or not to react instantly. You need to calm down. Ask yourselves questions. Why is so and so doing this? Why is this and this happening right now? You do the accountability for the things that are taking place at the moment. But don't just do what? Don't just make solutions instantly. Don't just react instantly. Don't just do things instantly. So I'm not in this kind of being disciplined. You have to do what? To sit down and do the accountabilities. You need to ask yourself questions. Why? You need to be asking yourselves before you do what? You take actions. That's being disciplined. And if you keep on doing this, you tend to be what? Consistent about things you do. Because if you react eventually, or if you react at the very moment, of course you'll find yourself not even finding what? Not finding solutions. But if you had sat down and said that, oh, why is this happening? You would calm yourself down. You would relax and get the effective what? Solutions. That's being disciplined. But for someone who is not disciplined, will react, and during the reactions, you find yourself even doing things worse than they would have been if you had sat down and do what? And do the accountability. And there's the discipline of expansiveness. That is, you choose personal growth. You choose to use the challenges. You choose to continue learning over comfortness. Like I told you that before, that motivation is temporary. That is, you decide that this year I'm going to do this and that, this year I'm going to do such and such. But in the middle of the time, because you were just motivated, you were not disciplined, you were just motivated, you end up doing what? Not doing the things you agreed of doing in a particular year. But if you're someone disciplined, you would be consistent about your goals. You would sit down and look you look down in your challenges. You look down in the things that are bothering you, and you do what? Find out solutions. Not just quitting as someone with a motivational whatever temporary thing. Get out of your comfort zones. Discipline, it is consistency. Discipline is consistency. Without consistency, there is no discipline. Take it from me. Without consistency, there is no discipline. Totally no discipline. You're just being motivated. And motivation, I've told you, it's temporarily. Like I'm telling you here words that are words of motivation. Yes, you feel them and you feel like applying them. You feel like starting on your way journey for the growth of yourself. But on the way, because it is just motivation, you did not get it deep inside you. Like you didn't decide. So you end up doing what? Not doing what exactly you aimed at doing. But focus on the discipline of consistency. Focus on the discipline of consistency. Because it is what makes people like, you see the people who are getting wealth, people who are getting like rich, whatever, it is because they are consistent of what they are doing. Not just being motivated by others, or not just being motivated, no. They're being consistent. So I challenge you to be consistent in whatever you're doing. Thank you so much.